What's going on, guys? I'm going to be going over the trade that I did nail at the beginning of the week. We got GPP CAD. I did record another video, and I'm not sure which one I'll be posting first, whether it's this one or that one. But if this is the first one, welcome, guys. I'm going to start breaking down all the trades I'm taking. I just know from experience that having someone break down why they did what they did helps a lot more than when they just post charts, right? Because you get to get their thought process behind it. So I will be posting or start posting breakdowns of all my trades for you guys, so you guys can understand my thought process. Yeah, if you guys could support me, just like, comment, retweet, whatever. It would go a long way. But yeah, let's get into this trade that I did take. So we got GBP CAD. Okay, let's go back. Bar replay. Let's see what we had before. One sec. We'll go back here. Okay, so what do we got here? We'll even cancel this. So if you go to the daily, we switched to a downtrend right here. Okay, so the overall trend of this market is kind of up. So if we do go to the weekly, right, we are moving up. So normally you would just want to look for longs because the market's flowing up, right? Like, why would you? Not that you can't look for shorts in here, but it just makes more sense too long. And I did catch a short on this from experience, but I did have some good risk management, and it was a very beautiful setup. Okay, so what do we got? We got a bit of a bear flag here, right? We got a breakdown of a flag, and we also got an impulsive move from this 12-hour up candle here. So whenever you have an up candle and an explosive move downwards, this becomes an order block, right? What this is basically saying is that this candle right here caused this big explosive move coming out of it. So if price is ever going to come back into it, banks are going to have more orders in here because likely all the orders that they had didn't get filled in here, okay? So what you want to do on order blocks is look for pullbacks into them, right? Whether that is a bearish order block or we can find a bullish order block, right? So this is kind of a bad example, but explosive move to the upside, pull back in, and bounce off. I'll try and find a better example for you guys. Even just right here. This is the original candle that started this move, right? Pull back into it, and on we went. So what do we got? We have breakdown of the flag. We have our 12-hour order block. So already, guys, that's if price were to come back into here, we'll have retest of the flag. We have our order block, and you can see our EMAs are starting to come back into here. What do EMAs do? They kind of just act as support and resistance. Okay, so you can just see, and every pair is different, but you know, support, support, resistance, support, resistance, support here. They kind of just act as support and resistance. So you shouldn't trade solely based off EMAs, but they definitely are confluence. Because if you look and you have an order block and you do have a trend line and you have the EMAs in here on multiple time frames, you know there's going to be a lot of resistance in here, and there's going to be a lot of people looking to sell, okay? So obviously what we're going to want to do is look for sells, and then if you go to the daily, there was an untouched order block in here actually on the 12-hour. So this now becomes my profit target right above, stop loss right above the order block. I did put my entry at the block of this. It kind of just depends on what the candle looks like, but majority of the time price will pull into the block instead of just pulling into this wick and pulling back. I just kind of know that from experience. So I did put my entry here. It also gives me a better entry, right? So if I have my entry here versus down here, the risk to reward of my trade, it's pretty drastic. It goes from a 2 to 1.7. So it just allows me to catch a bigger move. Okay, now let's play this trade through. We have our TP down here. Alright, let's just play this through. Just like that. This trade couldn't have been any better. As you can see, price perfectly just tapped into our entry zone right here and rejected hard, pulled right into our TP. Like I said, we had this 12-hour untouched order block right here. Price had not come back into this yet. This is price rejecting from here, so we know there's going to be a big reaction, so we're going to take profit. Perfect, right? Perfect rejection. Barely went into drawdown. Price came off perfectly off our TP. It couldn't have been any more perfect of a trade if we just let the rest play out. Yeah, you can see price came off of here pretty hard. So if we didn't have our take profit here, right, we would have gave back all of this profit that when we came down, because when price comes back up like this, we'll go more and more out of profit. So perfect TP, perfect entry, and yeah, I ended up banking $8 grand off this trade. I took it on 2 accounts. So this was a 1R trade. Okay, 1R for me is 2 grand, but on 2 accounts that becomes 4 grand. So 1R becomes 4 grand, and it was a 2R trade. So that is $8,000 that I did make from this trade, and I think it ended up playing out in like 13 hours or something. So it kind of just shows you the power of trading too, right? In 13 hours, I was able to capitalize $8,000. Pretty incredible. And it kind of just shows you the power of trading and what you can achieve if you do put your time and effort into learning. I mean, the sky is basically limitless on what you can make. It is all depends on you, right? The more capital you end up having, the more you can make off of it, and you just keep compounding it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. I will start posting a lot more. Let me know what you guys would like to see in the comments. If you'd like me to make them longer, shorter, explain more, or just whatever, say hi. Yeah, if you guys could support me, like, comment, retweet, do whatever, that would go a long way. And yeah, this was a good first video breakdown.